This is going to be very different. Why? You'll have to watch to see. We'll also find out what side you're on and if you love it or hate it. They're bringing seat assignments in. Have you ever wished for a more smoother and comfortable flight? Hey there, friends. Something big is going on at Southwest Airlines, and it's going to be very different. Well, different for them. I'm sure you've heard about it by now, but let's get to all the details. Have you ever wished for a more smoother and comfortable flight? Well, Southwest is listening. They're finally bringing in seat assignments. That way you can pick your favorite spot on the plane and you don't have to worry and have all that anxiety about where you're going to sit, if you're going to get in the middle or the back. You'll know exactly where you're going to sit coming soon. They're bringing in brand new seats for this. Beautiful blue seats with a comfortable headrest that swivel and move. Also, they have a new cool feature called premium seating that's going to be at the front of the plane that gives you extra legroom and a little bit more relaxation there. And something I'm really excited about that American Airlines, Delta, and some other airlines have started doing, but they're going to bring in this little thing on the back of the seat in front of you that will hold your phone or tablet. That way you don't have to hold it the whole flight or put it on the tray. It'll be eye level pretty much. And some people like tablets, some people like phones, so they're giving you both options. They're also going to make sure there's charging ports in all their new planes, which is really great. That's pretty standard today, but these are going to be upgraded and nice chargers. Do you remember the way Southwest differentiated themselves for all these years and still are currently? And it's called the cattle call is what I call it, because basically everyone has to rush up when they get their group number and they have to go to everybody and say, are you 1, are you 5, are you 20, and find their place in line, which is very anxiety ridden and hard to for a lot of people to deal with. It was pretty confusing at times. A lot of people watch my videos here just to figure out what they're supposed to do. And I can't count how many Southwest flights I've been on where someone's saying, my ticket says D20, where's that seat at? And the flight attendant has to say, you can sit anywhere. That was so stressful, right? I mean, am I the only one that feels that way? One time I bought a very expensive business select seat because that was all that was left. So it was a last minute flight to Austin and it was $500. And like I always do with Southwest, I got to Dallas Love Field early to make the flight. And because with Southwest, you want to be there early to make sure you get in the right group. So I paid to be at the front of the line. I was like A2 or something. And even though I was early, the plane had got there early and they'd boarded early. And I was the last one on. And I was an hour early before boarding. And this is very rare, but I was pissed because I ended up at the back of the plane in the middle. And I'm a big guy, so that was super uncomfortable and super frustrating to pay that kind of money when I could have almost flown first class, an American or something, if it hadn't been last minute. It's not fun at all. And I'm very excited, if you can't tell, that they're going to this assigned seating because everything else about Southwest is amazing. Now, I know some of you like the current way, the old way, we'll call it. It made Southwest different, right? From other airlines. Like every other airline does assigned seating. So it was something different. And change can be hard. I get that. Especially if it's something you really loved and it's the only airline that does it and that's what gave you joy. But think about what the new system means for everyone else. So many people that have first-time flyers or anxiety flyers or just people like me that are planners that need to know I can get to the airport a little later and walk up right as they're boarding and still have the seat that I want to have. It can be super frustrating to end up in the back in the middle. Or families. How many families have commented and wrote me saying if I book seats on Southwest, are we going to better sit together? And I've seen it. I've been sitting on the plane and them come in because they're in the last group because they didn't know to check in early or they didn't do early bird. Or, all the complications of the cattle call. And the mom would be like, I can't leave my daughter sitting there alone, and she'd ask the flight attendant. The flight attendant would have to say, can you move? And the guy was like, I got the seat. And so now that won't be a problem. With seat assignments, families can sit together without any worry. No more asking strangers to move, and everyone knows exactly where they should be. I think it makes the flight more enjoyable, honestly. I was even on a business trip earlier this year, and the company decided to fly Southwest because they're always cheaper and it's a budget trip. And we was probably about 20 of us all on the same plane. And I had flown Southwest a lot, and I do this channel and stuff. So I was watching, and so many of them didn't even know that they needed to check in. And so they were at the very back, and I saw them coming in because I was in A because I knew to check in and how to upgrade, all the hacks and stuff. And they would come in and be like, how'd you get on the plane so soon? And they'd be in the back, in the middle, and it was just miserable. And they could have avoided that if they could have just done seat assignments. Something else that has become a huge problem at Southwest that's even been written about by large news publications is the first boarding. So you have a handicap, you have families, you have veterans, you have people that we don't even know why, but they have like priority boarding on their boarding pass for whatever reason. And so because there's no assigned seating or any rules, even though I would pay sometimes $60 extra to just get to A1 through 15, the upgrade ramp, to get on the plane, by the time we got on, we would have to still go to the middle of the plane because the front of the plane was taken and the exit rows were taken. That's not fair. And so much so that I wrote Southwest and they would refund me the money because they knew it was a problem. And get this is please don't think I'm against this, because I think you should let the handicap and veterans on first. That's not my position. But the problem is there's no rules. And so we would see people in wheelchairs that were not handicapped at all. How do I know? Because they would jump up and just walk on the plane. And when we got off the plane, they would just walk off the plane and they'd get up and go to the bathroom. They were just gaming the system because there's no way for the airport to verify you're really handicapped or in need of assistance. You can request it at will. And so it's become a problem for a lot of airlines, but other airlines, you have to have assigned seating, even if you're a veteran, even if you're handicapped, so it doesn't impede the other customers by letting them go on first and have more time to settle in, which is the whole point, right? If you're really in need of special assistance or handicapped or a veteran or even families with kids, yes, I want you to go on first and have that time. But Southwest should have made a rule the first 10 rows you can't get in. Whatever, something, because it broke their system. It really broke it. Okay, guys, let's dive into some of the cool details about this new stuff that's coming. It's going to be awesome. So the new seats have a better pitch, which means they can lean back more. So they're going from 31 inches to 33 inches. So it's pretty cool. That's the space between the back of the seat and your seat. So everybody can lay back a little bit more. A lot of airlines are getting rid of this altogether, but I guess Southwest looked into it and did some research, and they figured out that people do still like it, especially on long haul flights. More inches mean more leg room, so you can stretch out a little bit more and be a little bit more comfortable. And I've seen some people actually get to go, bigger YouTubers get to go and sit in these new seats, and they feel more comfortable to sit in and comfortable with leg room. And these nifty little holders for your phone and tablet are just the bomb diggity. I mean, every airline has pretty much pitched out their screens from the back of the seats, except some older planes and long haul flights. And it's because it's just so much easier to use your own device. You usually have something like from Hulu, Disney, or Netflix, or Amazon Prime, or something like that, Peacock, and you want to watch it, or you want to tap into their own media center and just watch it right on your device, and it saves them from having to constantly upgrade and all the things, right? And everyone likes different stuff: smaller screens, bigger screens, really high-end screens, not so high-end, so it's all good. And of course, there's chargers, new updated chargers at every seat to make sure all your gadgets are powered up for the whole flight. So the big question is, when are these exciting new changes happening, right? That's what everyone's asking. Is it already happening? I know people that have shown up at the airport expecting this to already be done and be like, oh no, they're still doing cattle call, I must have read it wrong. So Southwest's plan is to start rolling out their new planes new configured planes. It's the same planes, they're just reconfiguring the seats. So those will roll out starting the end of 2025. So you still have some time to enjoy it if you like the cattle call. It's not just happening right away, but by the end of the first quarter of our first half of 2026, all their planes, all their systems should be switched over. Every flight should be assigned seating with the option to upgrade to more legroom. And yeah, nothing else is changing according to them and their officials and what they've told to some of the bigger YouTubers that have gone there on site. They're still doing free check luggage for the time being, well into 2026. So you still have some time to just enjoy Southwest as you like it now. And now you know it's coming. Imagine flying probably one of the greatest airlines. I mean, the customer service, they're mostly on time. They're very just kind, from the crew to the flight attendants to the gate agents. Imagine flying now, pulling up to the airport, parking or coming in through an Uber, and knowing exactly where you're going to sit. Knowing you're going to board in your group and you're not going to have to worry about, did you get in the right spot? Did you miss a seat? No more rushing, feeling anxiety. None of that. You can relax. You can do the tips in my other videos, grab a water and a snack, and enjoy the journey from start to finish. I can tell you from personal experience, because I've flown Southwest many, many times, that it really does hinder, especially vacations. Because you start thinking about, as you're on vacation, like, oh, I got to check in, I got to set timers, I got to remember, because I didn't want to pay the extra fees for early bird or upgrading, all those things. And so I've been with, we were in Vegas one time a few years ago, and we were so busy doing things. It was our first time in Vegas. We're excited. We all forgot to check in, and when we checked in, we were all in D. Thankfully, we all knew the hack to upgrade, but it was devastating because a couple of people couldn't afford the upgrade. They were going on to a different city and later in the day, and they ended up way in the back of the plane. You know, it's a long trip. You're tired, and it's just that frustration. It kind of like dampens the joy of the vacation. Do you feel me? I want you to comment below. Love it, hate it, which side are you on? What do you feel about it? Why you love it or hate it? I want to know. I really want honest opinions because I want to talk to you guys. One thing for sure is Southwest Airlines has always been amazing. Their customer service is top notch. Their flight crew, the flight attendants, the gate agents are some of the friendliest people in the industry. They're always smiling and ready to help. Even when there's delays or something frustrating, they just have this way of like making sure you feel comfortable and heard and not just like dismissed. As I've mentioned in this video already, I've had several issues, but every time I've reached out to customer service, they always take really good care of me, even during the debacle of the Christmas nightmare. And we won't go into all that. Their planes are usually on time, rarely delayed, and if it is, it's usually something out of their control. Plus, let's not forget they offer amazing, fantastic prices, companion passes. They run sales all the time with deals that you can get even cheaper prices. There's always something great happening at Southwest Airlines. And by the way, I felt like that was very like marketing worded, so I'm not sponsored. They don't know who I am. I just thought I should make that disclaimer. So I don't think it's any secret that I'm super excited about this change. I used to avoid flying Southwest. I only flew them when I just had to because the pricing was so good. But I honestly avoided them for this reason. And now I'm so excited about this new feature, and I can't wait till it comes in. I can't wait to try these new seats, and I just can't wait to fly Southwest again. I'm definitely going to be flying them a lot more. Don't forget, if you like this video, to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you want more content like this to get notified first when I put up videos like this. Become part of the Zackus Nation. It's free to do so. Cancel at any time. We'd love to have you part of the family here. I'm all about just giving you honest reviews, tips, and trips. As I travel, I want to help you plan. I want to help you go on your trips in a better, smoother, less stressful way. I have ultimate travel guides that do all the work for you, so it's seamless. So many people that travel that I know, family, friends, they just either go through a travel agent that's not that great, and they just book some hotels randomly in a flight, and they don't know where to eat, they don't know what to see. I do all that for you. I do tons and tons of research. I'm planning a trip right now to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Doha, in Qatar. I'm going to Bangkok again, Singapore, Bali, I'm going to bring you guys some amazing content right here. And I've got a new channel called Breaking Free that is all about me quitting my job, getting laid off from my job through a layoff, because that's what's going on right now, and just saying I'm done putting my house on Airbnb and going traveling. So if you want to follow my vlogging there and my journey of breaking free and finding my way to a new adventure, I'll put the link down below in the description so you can come along and subscribe to that as well, because that's going to be a little bit more raw, a little bit more intimate and vulnerable, less production that we have here, that I'm trying to help you with here. So to just recap, we went over seat assignments, extra leg room, device holders, chargers, stress-free boarding, all the new stuff coming for Southwest new seat assignment. It's a big deal because they've really leaned into this for so long. And I know so many people that hate it, and I know some people that love it. So it's a real polarizing topic. And I just hope that you got some value out of this, at least maybe whichever side you're on, it reduced some stress and you can think about it from a different angle, a different perspective, maybe have a little empathy for the other side. We always appreciate a company that cares about their customers because it's so rare these days. And I think Southwest has always demonstrated that they care about their customers. And this is no different. They really are thinking about the overall, like even the people that love the cattle call will still love Southwest and still book there, but the people that hated it will now be able to enjoy it. So I think it's a win-win-win. What do you think though? I want you to comment below. Let me know what you think. I love talking to you guys there. Thanks for joining me on another video here at Zachus Travel. I hope you share in the exciting news here. I can't wait to take the skies in Southwest again. If you feel the same, if you like this video for whatever reason, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, become part of the Zachus Nation. Let's do travel together. And remember, I'm starting my new Breaking Free channel. I'll catch you in the next Zachus Travel video. Peace. Hey, check out this video. YouTube thinks you're going to love this one. And thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you.